Today's video, guys, we're going to talk about deer hunting late season. Hope you follow along. A lot of information here. Hopefully it'll help you out. It is currently December 1st. This time of year gets very difficult when it comes to deer hunting in general. Doesn't matter if it's public land or private land, it can get very difficult in order to shoot a buck, or even some chances maybe even shoot a doe. When we talk about deer hunting late season, what we're going to talk about primarily is food, but there's other areas in this that will help you. Food, whether it's on private land or public land. Okay, let's run over this. If you have private land, your property has most likely been hunted all season long. It's severely pressured. Those food sources may be dwindling down if you didn't plant the right species of or mixture on your property. Deer may eat it down to the ground. You may have too many deer. Your food plots may be too small, so it can get very difficult this time of year in actually finding a food source. That's why I always talk about food plots are supplemental. The base of your property should be more focused on habitat improvements that enhance the natural browse and woody regeneration on your property. Food plots have always been supplemental to. There's a lot of people that rely on them only, and it's a big mistake because you have to have a mixture of natural regeneration, woody browse, and then food plots are supplemental. Now, if food plots are all that you can do, it's a great attraction, especially for late season when all over food sources are dormant. You know, you have no more green lush growth left. If you don't have any regeneration because you have a closed canopy forest, food plots come in handy. Well, let's be real, because food plots, a lot of times we hunt them too much, pressure the deer, and they go elsewhere. They may be nocturnal. You know, they may come back to your food source in the afternoons when it's dark, or they may not even come back at all. So the key to this is just give it a rest, guys. We have been hunting these deer all season long. They're severely pressured. Give it a rest. Give it a week rest, 2-week rest, maybe even a 3-week rest. Then reassess the situation, leave some trail cameras out there, make sure these deer are coming back to food sources. If you still need to punch that tag, in some cases it's just best to walk away. Let it settle down, let things go back to normal. Rut's winding down, you may kick in a second rut, which could spice things up and you might get a chance then. But right now, typically they're recovering and food sources are going to be where it's at. We all do it. We all hunt too hard. We pressure the land. We have food plots, so we think our property is invincible. You know, we can do whatever we want on them and the deer are just going to come back, and that's simply just not the case. You know, it's very tough. So sometimes giving it a rest is best case scenario. Most areas it's gun season right now, but settle down, let it rest, let the deer become accustomed to that, and you could have success that way. The deer could come back, might even attract a big buck. Some of your property needs to be in regeneration. There's nothing else around it. You have to have cuttings, clear select cuts, hinge cutting, whatever, but you have to have that regeneration, because I've always said this on my channel, is food plots are always supplemental. If we eliminate food plots, our deer are going to die. No, they will not. They survived well before our time, before planting food plots, but they are supplemental and they can be added to a habitat management program. When they are added to a program, that program now takes a step up, right? It takes a step in the right direction. So another thing to this is cover this time of year. With the fact of regeneration and select cuts, clear cuts, you get a flush of cover, and with that cover, those deer can use and relate to your supplemental food plot program. This is why when I go to clients and everything, I always recommend some sort of cut somewhere, as long as it, you know, resonates with the property. I'll have cuttings in there, not only for bedding cover, but also the regeneration factor. I may recommend select cuts or even a clear cut in some cases, and you'll get that regeneration growth. And then as years go on, you can actually maintain that with some skid steer work and some cuttings yourself and so forth, so you can maintain that area for years to come, so you always have that regeneration factor for attraction. Also have a members only section down below you guys can join, and it'll allow you to join in, and I can actually give you personalized information over the phone. So check that out down below. Also, if you guys have not subscribed yet to my channel, you can subscribe down below. Greatly appreciated. I'm very curious, you know, if you guys on your property have recently had either a select cut or maybe even a clear cut. Let me know down in the comments how that's actually working. Have you seen an uptake in the attraction during the late season. Now this may take, you know, 2, 3, 4 years for that stuff to regrow, but let me know down in the comments if you have seen that uptick in attraction with that select cut or clear cut. This time of year, focus on that cover. If you have it, if you don't, we can create it on your property. You can create it. It's very easy to do. If you have those food plots, give it a rest, give it a couple weeks break, let your cell cams or whatever do the work for you, give it a rest, do some stuff on your, you know, outside of hunting, and then things should recoup. It's very important to have that late season attraction. For more information, give this video a watch right there. It's going to greatly help you guys out. Thanks for watching.